I am on my way to go show somebody else this truck first before I show the original view of the thing. I drove out to Indiana from Michigan to go pick this truck up and drove it home very sketchily. I'm so upset with myself. I got pretty much got there and I looked at my buddy Kody. I'm like, dude, I forgot my camera at home, which I always do that, and this would have been perfect content for this video. I mean, everything that we did was just it was fun, but it was super aggravating. Bought this truck in Indiana. The leaf spring shackle was snapped, so I brought a shackle with me, brought some tools. Didn't bring enough stuff with me. That turned into a nightmare. Found an AutoZone. Brought my angle grinder to cut the bolts off for the shackle. Didn't bring an extension cord, so it wasn't long enough, so I had to go to Harbor Freight to go get an extension cord, some cutoff wheels. Had to drive back to AutoZone because there was no plug out by Harbor Freight. So did that, looking around the truck, and the track bar bracket, it's got a 3rd gen conversion track bar on it, and the brackets broke on the frame side. So I drove this truck all the way back from Indiana with 2 bolts holding the front axle straight, and haven't really messed with it. And then my girlfriend calls me yesterday while I'm at work, and I was on my way home. I wasn't at work, but I was working. I drive for work, so I'm always working. She calls me and says somebody backed into my truck. I was on the phone with AAA putting insurance on this thing as they backed into my truck. So now I'm driving to a body shop around here. They told me they can either cut me a check and I can do the work myself, or drop it off at a shop and they'll pay for it to get fixed. And I want to do the work myself for the content, you know, do some videos, but she kind of hit this truck at a perfect spot. And you'll kind of see what I'm talking about here in a second.
Working with here.
But I'm on my way right now. I'm trying to keep the wheel straight. I didn't want to drive this truck until I got this front end squared away, but it was a really clean truck. Thank God. I've been looking for, I think everybody's looking for a clean 2nd gen, and it's kind of hard to find, but I'm about to hop on the expressway. It's going to be loud and I got to hold the wheel, so I'll see you guys when we get there. Turn signals actually work, but I haven't really seen too many 3rd gen mirrors with that turn signal up there. And we got boost gauge, exhaust temp gauge. Neither one of these work, but it's got the Juice EGT, the EAS thing on it. So, and then it's got fuel pressure, trans fluid, engine coolant temp. It's got all that stuff on there. I'm gonna tear apart this cluster here at some point because somebody put all blue LEDs behind this and it's wigging out real bad, and I obviously don't want to deal with that. Fog lights don't work for some reason. I checked the wiring last night when I was looking at the track bar and the gearbox. Everything's hooked up, so I don't know if there's a fuse or something that's popped, because there's no liner on that side and all the water is just straight to the light. So
Kid left me a shite ton of change in here. It's got two 12s in it. It's a bass knob. Not sure what this one's for. I don't know if you can see it on that truck up there, but that's the light bar in the 4th gen bumper. We got the subs down here.
Yes.
Probably gonna take these out. I got Lil Dude with me. He didn't come with it. I made him. I was getting like 22 miles to a gallon on the way back from Indiana. Interior's pretty decent on it, actually.
This truck's gonna be going to the body shop here soon, so I don't wanna do any work right now to it, because if I start something and I can't finish it in time, I'm screwed. So I'm just kind of waiting for it to get back from the body shop, and then we'll start doing, I'm about to get a gearbox. I'm gonna order a gearbox for it, a track bar. I think I'm about trying to get the Synergy track bar, the 3rd gen style, because that's what's on it right now. So I was in the middle of doing something, and I just kind of started thinking about it. I'm like, you know, I changed the name of my channel to what I did for a reason, because I wanted it to be just more of cars and trucks. I wanted it to be everything, and I've not been doing that. I feel like my mind, I have so much stuff going on throughout the day, every single day, that I have like no time to remind myself to grab a camera to do anything. So I'm about to pick this stuff up from right here. My kids are trying to do my job right now. So these wheels and tires are off of my landscape trailer / car hauler trailer. It used to be a car hauler. It's getting turned into a landscaping trailer. It's got the old style axles on it, so the hubs are like not normal. I've been repainting this thing. We gotta put a new coupler on it. I was gonna rewire the whole trailer to a 7-pin, because nobody could tell you the last time this trailer's moved. I've got it for my buddy, real cheap. Shout out to him, thank you. So right now I just went and picked up a new set of rims and tires for it. They're not new to me, but got them cheap and took them to a couple tire shops. Nobody will touch them because of what they are. So I just started taking them off myself. I've gotten one done already. I'm gonna set the camera up on a time lapse. I'll bang through these really quick, and then we will get into the Cummins video. I really wanted this truck to look the way it did when I first bought it to make the video, but that didn't happen, because you guys already know it's going to the body shop. Everything's approved. It's all done and over with. So now I just gotta go get it. Gotta go drop it off and get it fixed. So yeah, I'm gonna bang these tires out really quick. I gotta do all 4. I gotta unmount 8 of them and then mount 4 of them. They don't need to be balanced because of what they are. So I'm gonna go ahead and do these really quick and then get into a couple other things. So I know this video is kind of choppy. There's all kinds of stuff in and out, random clips, random stuff. The trailer, this kind of left off camera after I did one of the tires. I got all 8 tires off, got the new ones put on, dropped them off, got them mounted and balanced. They're all good. Everything's good with this. We got to put a new tongue and chains on it, and then lawn should be up and ready to roll. So this
this actually is probably going to be the last video. Actually, it is going to be the last video of this thing on the channel. Cummins isn't here right now. It's in the body shop, but this thing will be gone. You know, it's kind of hard because, not really because I 100% want to, but kind of just because I have to. Losing bags here. Anyway, I'm gonna clean this thing out. I'm gonna take a couple things off of it. I'm gonna take the tonneau cover off. I'm gonna sell it. The tip's coming off. I'm gonna take the new Oxedo headlights I put in. Nothing in here. Gotta leave the tuner, the Mini Max in, because truck won't run with it or without it. So I'm gonna go in here and get all this stuff taken out, and then hopefully the next video will be picking up the, or next part of this video will be picking up the Cummins from the body shop. All right, well, you can see it there. We got the Cummins back, cleaned out my truck, cleaned out the Duramax, flip the light switch in here. There we are, I'm back. So, like I said, got the Cummins back. Looks freaking fantastic. I wanted them to paint this fender over here, but they wanted a ridiculous amount to do it, and I'll do it myself. I don't know if you can see it in this quality, but this fender is quite a bit different in color. You can kind of see it. It's like gloss, and then flat. And then this door needs some work. We're gonna get this side figured out eventually, but this side, let me see if I can flip this light on. There we go. This door is all good. Cab's all good, no dents. Paint's looking good. I was really curious on this paint color here. The paint code on this truck is like PFK. So the paint code's off of a newer Dodge. So this truck was definitely all torn apart at one point because the door jams, everything is the same color. It's not just like an exterior paint job. Like the firewall, the engine bay, everything's the same color. So I truly think that this truck was a gasser at one point, and I think somebody went through and kind of not built this truck, but made this truck out of whatever. But the truck's good. I got some work to do to it though. We some boxes laying in here. Got a Synergy box, another Synergy box, and gearbox. So this is just like a junk $260 gearbox, some random Rock Auto or eBay, whatever brand. I know you guys are gonna say, well, you should put a red head in it and just do it once, whatever. I've invested a lot of money into a lot of stuff lately, and kind of starting to see some return here, but it's also gonna take a while. And I need to drive this thing around for a while to make sure it is what I need. I want to make sure that the motor's still how it sounds good, trans sounds good, trans feels good. Supposedly there's paperwork. The kid's supposed to be sending me some paperwork on the trans. It definitely does not shift like a 47. It shifts a little bit different. My old Cummins, it banged gears real hard. This one shifts very smooth, so I can definitely tell that there's some work done. I don't know what, but you might ask why, you know, why am I going to dump money into it if I kind of just contradicted myself there. But this is a 3rd gen style track bar kit, and the only reason I bought this is because the track bar is actually cracked. No, not the track bar bracket is cracked right here. Right here, it's actually split right down the side. So when I bought this truck, wow, the light works good. When I bought this truck, it was in Indiana, and I had to, my buddy and I stopped at like 3 different parts stores. We did a bunch of fixing on this thing before we even left. Placed a shackle, went to Ace Hardware. I had to get a bolt and drive it through the top up into the frame for the track bar bracket, because it was literally only had 2 bolts holding it on. And this front end is horrible when you're trying to drive. When you drive now and you're like, it's a Dodge for sure. I'm trying to undodge it. So I got that. I got these 2 things. And also this truck doesn't have a hitch on it because it used to have a roll pan. So somebody backed into it. They took the roll pan off, put a normal bumper on it, got that paint matched. So I need to put a hitch on it and do all this stuff because my truck's supposed to be gone tomorrow. Well, not for you guys, it'll be Thursday. So I gotta get working on this thing, but I'm not doing anything right now. I'm gonna work on this probably right after this. I want to swap these cab lights out really quick. The truck there's a bunch of white cab lights in there. So I want to swap them out because I put one on, and I'm just gonna go ahead and swap them out really quick. Definitely in the summertime, probably gonna go through, or not summertime, but at least just when it warms up, probably gonna go through these cab lights here and get them sealed up better, put some new connectors on them, because these cab lights were definitely not factory on this truck. That's for sure. There's water underneath them. The connectors that are like spliced in is like a very poor job, and I don't want all this stuff just leaking down into the truck. So definitely gonna go through these. About 90% sure this was a homemade job here. Not homemade, I should say, but they didn't come factory on this truck, that's for sure. All right, let me try and turn these on real fast. You guys let me know if they're on. Cool, thanks for telling me. You guys can't see because of the camera light, but kind of a pain in the ass to get in there, I'm not gonna lie. It's the only thing I don't like about getting into other people's projects. You don't know where they bought these cab lights, you don't know what kind they were, you don't know who put them in, you don't know where the wiring is. So, alright, well I'm gonna do this other one and I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so we got them all put in. This one right here, the second to the left, that one is not working right. It's very dim, so something's obviously wrong with the LED board. These are actually really bright, do not work properly. Now if we look at this, the garage door, you can see they're not level, and when you turn the brights on and off, one just like flickers up a hair, doesn't work properly. So I'm not sure off the top of my head what those are. I think they're 9007, I believe, and I do have a brand new set of them, so I'm going to put those in. And like I was telling you guys in another video, this is our other issue. When the truck is running, the dash flickers. So a couple things. Obviously somebody put blue LEDs back here, so I'm gonna try and swap all these back out with the normal bulbs. It's got the 6K in here too, but I'm gonna try and swap that out. But I have a feeling that this truck has a bad crankshaft sensor just because of some other stuff that it does. The oil pressure gauge isn't working right. That kind of fluctuates sometimes, or flickers, not fluctuates. So I'm gonna mess with that, but I've been kind of waiting a while to swap them cab lights over. I don't know why people run amber. I know where certain people live. I know it's like against the law, I guess, or whatever, but as far as exterior, I want to swap the turn signals, or the running lights in the mirrors. The turn signals don't work in it, so I think either somebody didn't wire them into the turn signal into the headlight, or that option just doesn't have them. I don't know. So I'm gonna mess with them. And then the fog lights don't work in this truck, so it does have the 4th gen bumper, and all the wiring and everything's hooked up, and I doubt both bulbs are bad. So I'm gonna dig into that in maybe in another video or something. I know this video is kind of getting off track here, but drove back 3 hours, got smashed the day after I bought it, or it's 2 days after I bought it. Just finally got the truck back. Duramax is going bye-bye. Gotta do some front end work to this thing. I love the truck though. It runs pretty good. It's got a wiring mess underneath the hood, which I'm probably gonna try and go through, take some stuff out of it. It's got gauges in it that don't work, and I got the CTS3 in there, so I don't really need them. I like the look of gauges, but I'm just gonna get rid of some wiring, and then I'll show you guys this later on. But the ECM's got like a shit ton of wires tapped out of it, so I want to go through that and figure that out. Other than that, truck runs and drives good. It's got a Edge CTS3, the Juice with Attitude tunes. Got intake, 5-inch exhaust, which are about to be axle dumping this thing too when I put the hitch on. And that's pretty much about it. So this, if you've made it this far, just stay tuned for the front end repairs. Like I said, it's got a Synergy track bar, the 3rd gen track bar kit. Just a bullshit gearbox that's gonna go in it for now. I want to see what I can eliminate up front. Everything else looks good in the front end. Maybe some new steering stabilizers here soon. Alright, don't mind me, look like shit. My camera has been dead. I left it on when I was doing the cab lights in the garage, and I left the media, whatever the heck these things are called, the media stand, the media mod, something, I don't know, whatever. It's the thing that's got the Bluetooth, the battery charger, the handheld thing, the stand, whatever. I left it on and started working on the truck today. So went through everything, got the track bar out, went through all my hardware and make sure they sent me everything. Should be good there. These are the extra brackets they give you that you can weld to sturdy it up. There's a little shim that goes inside the factory ball joint pocket, bolts, track bar. It's like, of course, everything I've done today, I've ran into an issue with it. Let's get underneath it real quick. I took the gearbox brace off. When I ordered the track bar, I got a new bearing for the little stabilizer on the pitman arm there. I had to just go buy a new pitman arm puller. Mine's just didn't eject a lot of the garage somehow. Let's see here. I got this bolt out. I've been kind of messing around here, just pulling stuff off that I can get to right this second. This bolt on that, the axle side of the track bar is kind of being a pain in the butt. So I just got to get that bolt out, the track bar will come out, and then there's 3 bolts that are holding this on right now. And then I got one of the power steering lines cracked loose, the other one's giving me a problem. I tied the steering wheel up straight, so we should be good with that. I think that's about it. I'm gonna let this camera charge for a minute, and then I will probably get back to you after I get the pitman arm and then the track bar off. Well, I lied to you guys. I said I was gonna get back to you after I got some other parts off, but track bar's still on there. Cannot get this track bar bolt off. I can hit the little flange nut, the wing nut, and move it, and then as soon as I put the breaker bar on it, it just locks up, gets tight. I did that on my 3rd gen. I got the pitman arm off, got the gearbox out. Somebody's definitely messed around with this truck quite a bit. So I need to look at that on the steering shaft. The gearbox they sent me has a long like nipple that comes off the end of it, and I honestly think it's gonna end up hitting that U-joint inside there. So I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to cut it off, if it's gonna screw anything up, but that's the bolt we had to put in it on the way back from Indiana. So I have 1 bolt chilling in there because I had to pry the steering shaft off. So I'm not gonna put the gearbox in yet until I get this bracket figured out here. I'm just gonna knock this out of here for now, get this bracket off, and then start aligning and drilling holes for the Synergy track bar. Alright, I know, I look like a damn crackhead. Make fun of me. So, started messing around with this Synergy track bar kit, and I just did some grinding. I don't know, in the description it says you only gotta grind a little bit, but to be honest with you, you kinda gotta grind quite a bit. Really, it doesn't seem like it's as much up here that you gotta grind. It's literally right here, because like the corner of this bracket hits right here and the bolt will not align, so you don't really have to worry about as much up here. It's just kind of on the outside of that pocket. So I just started looking at the instructions on this. Yeah, I gotta use instructions on this because I ain't no expert on them. So where are we at here? I was just on the page. So do some grinding here. You got to grind the bottom of the pocket too, because there's like a factory welded track bar tab or something that's underneath it that kind of like locks it. So I ground that down on the bottom, and I actually kind of grinded a little bit back here on that crossover tube just to let the bracket kind of get more flush. Bolt up the bracket as pictured. Align the 5/8 bolt in the bracket and start the nut on top of the factory track bar tab. Use a washer under the nut. So I'm going to find that bracket, and then we got to put that little tapered sleeve in there too, which I think was in this one. So we got to go ahead and throw this in. The tapered part goes from the bottom up. So I'm going to go grab this and that bolt and try and throw it on there. Let's try the sleeve, see if that... Oh, you know what? I think mine actually has a sleeve in it from the last kit. I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm over this job, dude. You know, it'd be cool if I was doing this stuff for like upgrades and trying to make the thing sweet and cool, but no, this is literally just to get this front end to not drive like a fucking Dodge for once. So I'm done with everything. Almost everything. I gotta put power steering fluid in it and do a bunch of full clocks left and right. I gotta try and get this gearbox full. I got the track bar in. I was fighting the axle side of the track bar bolt for like 2 days. Literally could not get it. Ended up just getting a smaller breaker bar. Used the jack and kind of jacked it up a couple times. And I was able to bust it free. And then I had to pull it, lift it up, set it on top of the jack, and then jack it up more. Got that free, and then I turned around to go grab the box. It was sitting over there, and it was gone. So I literally thought somebody stole it out of my garage. And then I remembered that my dad called me yesterday, and he was turning into the scrapyard, and the driver's front wheel fell, snapped right off the truck. Upper and lower ball joint snapped same time. And he sent one of his buddies down here to get all the parts out of the garage, and he took my track bar with him. So I had to drive all the way out to my dad's after finally getting that bolt out. So I got it in. I'll show you really quick. I know the drag link and track bar angles pretty much need to be the same on these Dodge axles or these Dodge front ends. So I don't know how close they are in angles here. They don't look too bad, but finally got it in. Got the gearbox up in there. When I ordered it, I ordered a Synergy bearing for the gearbox brace. Got that all in, got it up on jack stands right now. I gotta fill this thing up with power steering fluid, which is gonna be an absolute pain, and you know what, because I bought a gallon of it. Instead of buying it in quarts, it was cheaper to buy it in a gallon. So now I have to find, I have a long funnel, but I don't know if it's gonna, over tools, phone calls. Got this junker right here, a little clapper. Let me see who's bothering me now. Phone never shuts up. If you guys know me, you already know it doesn't. Oh, that's done. The only thing I don't really know, it's kind of hard to tell, but you know, I know this channel right here is rounded, so it's kind of hard to tell if it's actually flush, but you know, hopefully it went over that little rivet style bolt right there. I mean, it feels like it's flush. Feels like it's flush there. And I gotta go through this wiring here too. The license plate lights weren't hooked up when I bought it. I didn't even realize that until I started messing with this, but this is obviously stuff that they ran for the they must have just had one on here for the roll pan, maybe put it in the center or something. So I gotta mount my 7-pin somewhere and then tuck all this harness up here. I'll probably just put a zip tie up there through that. It'd be good. The underneath is actually pretty clean though. The bed. We had to replace the shackle in there. Alright, I'm gonna fuck around with these wires for a minute. I'm glad I got the hitch in though. That's what I need right now to be able to get to work. So they gave me 2 extra these locking washers here. Unless there's a couple extra bolts here in the bed. I don't think there is, but here goes $10 in lawn bags. The whip's been sitting out here getting soaked. I just tipped it over and that's all water coming out of the intake, so that should do well here in the next couple days. Myself a little submarine. Oh yeah, fucking thing's drenched. Just let that sit out and air out, I guess. It's always wonderful. What I was saying was, yeah, I'm gonna wrap this video up. I went and took it for a test drive and definitely tell it needs some more work in the front end. This lower inner and outer tie rod and the drag link assembly is bad. The whole thing lifts when you turn the wheel, and I got to go back through and retighten some stuff up anyway, but it's pretty much what it's looking like right now. The body work's all good, everything's done. They got this door replaced and painted. I had a lot of people ask me what color this paint coat is. It's a PFK. It's off of like a newer Dodge. They fixed this, that, and fixed this. These are coming out of here. Might be throwing a stack in it, I don't know, because I still will be using this as like a work truck, hauling our camper. Tailgate's looking pretty minty fresh too. I think this is what I want to get taken care of next. I want to find this door and get that fender painted. The hardware that bolts to the back of the headlight, or the little plastic clips that the headlights go through, are missing, so the headlights aren't sitting right, and I gotta adjust the hood down a little bit. But just leaving the video at this. We'll do a little fire up for you really quick to end the video. So, couple things. I'm gonna shut her down. So something that was kind of weird. I know it's a waste of a start. It's kind of cold out too. I shouldn't be doing that. But one thing that was weird is when I started this truck up after I did the track bar and the gearbox and the U-joint. Oh, U-joint's a whole nother story. I gotta tell you that. The dash lights don't work. None of them work now, and the heat didn't work. The blower motor wasn't even blowing. So I found the fuse. The fuse was popped. Didn't make any sense to me. But the U-joint, another thing real quick before I let you guys go. Made a trip to AutoZone, got a U-joint, got home, too big. The caps were too big. Went back up there, got another one, got home, dude handed me the same box. I had to drive all the way back up there again. Got another one. No, that one was too small. So I went back up there. I took one of the caps with me off my old U-joint and measured, you know, compared them side by side. They were fine, but this front U-joint on the front drive shaft on the axle side has clips on the inside on the yoke, and then on the actual drive shaft itself it has snap rings on the outside. I bought that same exact U-joint, but the U-joint would not fit with the clips in it, so I kind of ghetto rigged some stuff on this drive shaft here, but should be all right. Worst comes worst, we'll just do the Bluetooth front drive shaft on it for a little bit until I figure it out. Next video, I had a company send me a free set of rock lights for an install video. So we're gonna be putting some rock lights on it. I gotta get a liner for that fender, or that front wheel well. And then, yeah, we're gonna do a 12-piece rock light on it. And we'll be probably doing oil pressure sensor, crankshaft sensor, a couple other small things. So anyway, obviously we're gonna have a whole lot of episodes trying to dodge the Dodge front end problems, if you know what I mean. If you own a Dodge, you know what I'm talking about. If you guys like this video, hit the like button, smash the subscribe button. I almost forgot what I was gonna say there. Drop a comment below what you guys think about this thing. I like the truck, I think it's gonna do good. Next video, we'll get into some more stuff, but I don't want to just keep going on and on and on. It's like introducing this new truck to the channel. It's already been to the body shop, hit front end repairs already, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, stay tuned and we'll see you in the next one.